Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Is my audio clear? People who have joined, can you just put it in the live chat? If you can hear me, anybody who can confirm if my audio is clear and it's crisp. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Kush. Thank you so much. Uh, okay, guys. So welcome to the live mock solving of SimNPAT 12. I hope you guys have written the mock in after that you are here. Uh, I am a quants and LR mentor at Churchgate Center. This is how I would approach this particular mock, where for the VA section, I would be giving 20 to 25 minutes, LR 40 to 45 minutes, QA 35 to 40, whatever the time is remaining. Uh, I would try to speak and think as loud as possible. Still, there will be certain questions where I would think too much and I wouldn't say each and everything which I'm thinking, but still, I'll try to make it as interactive as possible and I'll try to speak each and every thought which is there in my mind while approaching a particular question. Now, this is something which I've already written for LR. As you guys are aware, before you begin your impact test, you get at least 5 to 10 minutes to write anything in your rough book. So I have written this, which will help me during coding, decoding, and will save me some time. So you can also do this in your main paper. So make sure that whenever you are writing actual impact, you also keep this ready. So let's begin and let's start. Okay, so the way I would approach this is that first I would start with all the uh, grammar questions and then I will come back to RC later. So let's see. Okay, the East India Company no longer exists and there is no exact modern. So modern equalizer precedent provide it's equivalent, which makes sense here. The East India Company, so unlike today's biggest corporations, it had its own military power. However, it set the I think, model for the multinational corporations. While the companies today don't have private armies, they rely on governments to uh, protect their interest. I think prevent wouldn't be right here. Protect their interest. The East India Company serves as a stark warning about how corporate power can be dashed and how shareholder interest can merge with state interest. So, since I think there is a stark warning, it's negative connotation, so misused will be correct. Okay, another close passage. The true dash of a writer's voice lies far dash. So the true uh, essence would be the right fit for this. Lies far dash the surface, far beyond the surface would be correct. Uh, it is the writer's dash to connect. It is the writer's um, duty or I think desire to connect. First two are definitely wrong. It is less craft and more courage, less ink and more blood. It is not only how the writer tells a story, it is the story he chooses to tell, the story he must tell. It is the courage won't fit right here. It is the structure won't fit. Reason he writes, or it is the format and structure won't be correct fit here because we are talking about the courage and why he should write it. So I think reason is the right thing. Okay, another RC. I'll come to this later. Okay, RC. I'll do all the RC later. It will save me some time. Okay. The committee's obdurate stance on the policy changes frustrated the negotiators. I don't know the meaning of obdurate, but clearly it's frustrating the negotiators, so it needs to be something negative. It cannot be flexible and accommodating. It cannot be logical and reasonable. So either it should be poorly thought out and stubborn and unyielding. I think since it's frustrating, they wouldn't bulge on their opinions. So stubborn looks correct. A mellifluous voice captivated the entire audience. I need to find the opposite in meaning for this. So since I need to find the opposite, uh, mellifluous captivated, so soothing is definitely correct. Euphonious sounds kind of synonym to mellifluous. Um, Between this, I think cacophonous would be, maybe it's a guess, but I'll not waste a lot of time. I don't know the meaning. The film's flashy special effects and exaggerated drama made it appear grand, but beneath the surface, it was nothing more than a meretricious attempt to mask a weak storyline. So, thought-provoking, profound is wrong, bold and innovative is wrong. They are clearly saying that it was just superficial. There was nothing, there was no substance to it. So I think first one would work. When asked about the delay in project, Jack tried to pass the buck to his colleague. I know this, that pass the buck means to avoid the responsibility. Sarah felt like a fish out of water at business conference surrounded by seasoned professions. Okay, seasoned professionals means somebody who had more experience and who had more knowledge than her. And so she felt maybe uncomfortable, breathless would be the absolute meaning. So it's since it's an idiom, I'll do this. Shifts in consumer behavior towards in-person shopping experiences coupled with promotional events and discounts have contributed to recent increase in mall. Okay, so for humans, we use this word a lot, footfalls. The students handed in their essays carefully labeled with their dash names. Easy question, it's respective names. Despite their best efforts, the rescue teams attempt to save the trap minus proof tangential no. So despite what is used, it cannot be tangential, placid or protracted or futile. It cannot be protracted. So between placid and futile, I think I'll go with futile. The musician's final album was released as a dash tribute honoring his work after passing. So he's dead. Posthumous, I know the meaning of this word. So identify the grammatically correct. Okay, I'll come to this later. I'm not so good with my grammar. So um, all these questions are based on grammar. I'll come to them later. First, okay, para jumbles, I can do this. Uh, Okay, B is clearly looking like a starter. It's in three options. Let's study. The psychological cannot be a starter. In extreme cases, people suffering. Okay, studies suggest that people who suffer multiple concussions are at significant risk for developing chronic. Okay, clearly looks like a starter. In extreme cases, people suffering from CTD have even committed. Okay, but directly I cannot go to extreme cases after this, so it cannot be BC. It needs to be between them. So BD and BD are common here. It is a degenerative brain or disorder that causes a variety of dangerous mental and emotional problems to arise weeks, months, or even years after the initial injury. After this psychological, so okay, they have talked about different disorders here, and then this psychological sounds correct after that, and then I can conclude with in extreme cases. So I think B, D, A, and C should be the perfect order here. Okay, again, I have two with A, one with B, one with D. Let's read them. A mysterious new material is a surprising scientist with its ability to conduct electricity without resistance at close to room temperature. Could be a good starter. It cannot be a starter. However, though the component is immediately feasible for use, it demonstrates the possibility of zero residence. Okay, while traditional superconductors work at extremely low temperatures, the new material, so they are talking about new material here, so I think it cannot be a starter to introduce something. So I will go with A. Now let's look at the correct flow. A new materials, it can be A, D, or it can be AC. A new mysterious material is surprising scientists with its ability to conduct electricity without resistance at close to room temperature. While the traditional superconductors directly saying AD will not work because we have not directly compared here. Or can it work? Because saying A3, however, though the compound isn't immediately demonstrates the possibility of zero materials that are functional at normal temperatures, then saying B, it has expanded the possibilities for future superconductor research. And after saying this, saying D would be wrong. So D cannot be a conclusion. So I think I'll go with AD, CB. Not 100% sure, but okay. Let's not waste a lot of time here. Next, we have dogs are widely used as police. So we have three starting with A. Dogs are widely used by the police as biological detection systems to identify, smuggle, and store drugs. However, so B cannot be my start. I have to start with A. After that, I have two options with B. However, recent studies indicate that insects may serve this purpose more effectively than mammals. Okay, B sounds like a good option to continue. One major drawback using the dogs is that, like humans, they can become bored and lose interest. Additionally, the emotional dog between a dog and its handler can create further complications. Okay, so C, and then it can be followed with D. In contrast, insects lack such emotional. So I think E is a good ending. So I think it can be C, D should come together and ending with E. So I think I'll go with the last option here. E looks like an ending, and C and D definitely can come together, and B can follow A. So again, guys, para jumbles, I usually approach it like this only. I will only try to use options to get my answer. Since I'm not a verbal mentor, I don't know any better method to go about this. Let's look at the next question. Frequent introductions of new products led to two major challenges. Also, as the number, so A looks like a start. B also cannot be a start. Frequent product launches shorten the average product, making product lifespan, making it difficult to predict demand in early stages and expensive to maintain. Inventory as products near obsolescence. Although manufacturers and retailers can estimate overall demand with some accuracy, predicting how demand will be distributed across numerous SKUs remains a challenge. Okay. So clearly A is my start. C cannot be a start. So because C and A cannot follow, it can be A and C which follows. Frequent introductions of new products lead to two major challenges. Frequent product launches shorten, so this is one of the challenge. And after that, I can follow B, which is my second also. So I think I'll go with this option. Let's see the next one for it. Native to China, the plant. So clearly they are saying that either it should be B, A, or C. Let's read it. Native to China, the plant is now cultivated throughout Asia and in Africa, Europe, and North and South America. The plant is now, so could be a starter, but let's read other. Many tea drinkers believe that the tea, different teas, blackberry, oolong, and so forth, come from different plants. Okay, can be a starter. The character of various tea depends in some measure on the climate and uh, soil where the plant is grown, but mostly on how leaf is processed. Does not look like a starter, so cannot be C. Uh, Now, clearly, after reading, I know the three lines that they are talking about tea, but I cannot directly start with the plant because the tea is not mentioned here, so it needs to be between them. So B is my starter. Many tea drinkers believe that different teas, black, green, oolong, and so forth, come from different plants. Then the character, in fact, however, all tea leaves comes from senes. Camellia senes is a large evergreen shrub. So they believe that it comes from different, but in fact, so I think BD can conclude. I think I will put this. Okay, let's quickly now come to spot the error. I think I'll spend 2 more minutes and then I'll move forward. So the teacher asked the students for being quiet during the test. The teachers asked, so I need to find grammatically correct sentence. The teacher asked the students to be quiet during the test. The teachers asked the students to quiet. Okay, cannot sound correct. The teachers asked the students being quiet. Okay, being quiet, to be quiet, I think makes more sense during pronouncing it. One of the parts contains the error. Okay, the new policy aims to provide financial support for those who are incapable to work due to severe disabilities. Um, I'm not sure. I just put a fluke. I'll move forward. I don't know this. The scientist, along with his research team members, have published groundbreaking findings on renewable energy storage solutions in the latest edition of journal. The scientist, along with his research team. So the scientist, along with his research team members, it should be has published because since they are talking only about the scientist here, this is in comma. So think yes. The number of students enrolling in STEM courses have increased significantly over the past decade, reflecting a growing interest in the technology and innovation. So, number of students enrolling in STEM courses as again should be the word like they are talking only about single category of students. So maybe, don't know, I will not waste a lot of time here. Many social media influencers rely on the meretricious displays of wealth and luxury to gain followers, even if their lifestyles are far beyond authentic. Many social media influencers sounds correct, rely on meretricious displays of wealth and luxury does not sound wrong. Uh, just I feel that this three sounds correct, so this could be the wrong one. Will not waste a lot of time. Okay, let's come to this. Uh, First, let us see the first question. So they're asking synonym of this word, then they're asking antonium of this one. They have mentioned the paragraph also. Okay, it makes my life easier. They're asking some peculiar characteristics of JNU from the passage. I have to read it. Which of the following is led to disturbance in the social mix of students at JNU? So again, I have to read the paragraph to get the answer. Fifth, what does the author mean by the errors of exclusion will be less in this case in the last paragraph? Okay, so three questions. I have the paragraph, so I'll try to first answer those. The synonym for impecunious is in para 1. So unique feature of Jawaharlal Nehru University is its students composition. A substantial proportion of its students come from socially and economically underprivileged families, yet there is considerable social intel mixing among the students, made possible perhaps by campus politics, which breaks down insularities. JNU have a large proportion of impecunious students is the result of major struggles in the past. Okay, so they are saying that substantial proportion come from socially and economically underprivileged, and here they are saying large proportion is impecunious. So opinionated is not correct, unbeatable cannot be right. Perfect no, so they are saying underprivileged. I think deprived would be the meaning. I don't know the right word, but okay, let's move forward. Antonym, untenable. They are asking paragraph 4. So there's however a completely untenable suggestion. So I need to read which suggestion they are saying. Many would agree that a jump in hostel fees that makes a JNU education beyond the reach of students from deprived backgrounds should be avoided. They would argue, however, that the better of students whose parents can easily afford higher fees should be paying more. This could be arranged in one of two ways, either by jacking up fees for all and providing adequate scholarships to the underprivileged students, or by changing the higher fees to some and not to others. Okay, so this is a recommended, however, completely untenable suggestions. Okay, flawed sounds extreme, questionable or defensible or refutable. I don't think it's refutable. So between questionable or completely questionable, I think what mm, could be correct. They are questionable. They are asking me the antonym. A flawed looks extreme. Refutable, no. So I think I'll go with defensible. It is something which I don't think cannot be defended because there could be some errors here. So. Um, Going by that logic, I think this is the thing. Okay, let's read the fifth one also. They're asking the last paragraph. So this, however, are completely, so this was the suggestion. They would require obtaining information about the precise income status of each student, except perhaps of a minority that couldn't care less, but getting accurate information about income status of the parents or benefactor of each student is an impossible task, as the critics of old JNU admission policies involving deprivation points used to argue repeatedly. Of the two, charging a higher fees to some and not to others may appear to be better alternative. Since the errors of exclusion would be less in this case, one can easily miss giving a scholarship to somebody, which would ruin his or her prospects. But one would charge higher fees only when one is absolutely sure. Critics of the Chinese current who have written in the media asking why better off students should not pay more generally prefer this option. Okay. Of the two, charging high fees to someone and not to others may appear to be better alternatives, and there are exclusions would be less. One can easily miss giving a scholarship, so but with one would charge high fees only when okay. So error of exclusion, the probability of not awarding a deserving candidate, no. They're asking the meaning. The probability of erroneously not giving someone the benefit of lower fees is less. The possibility of charging in economically well, no, it's the ulta here. The possibility of not charging fees from someone is less. Clearly it's not talking about not charging fees, so lower fees is less because in this one can easily uh but one would definitely give higher fees only when one is absolutely sure could be correct. Okay, let's look at the remaining two questions since we are on this. Uh, the unique feature of Jawaharlal Nehru, so they are asking which of the following is the peculiar characteristics of JNU. The unique feature of Jawaharlal Nehru University is its student composition. A substantial proportion of its students come from socially and economically underprivileged families. Okay, come from diverse socio-cultural background. No, the emphasis is on technological advancements. I don't think they have talked about technology. I'll read this paragraph also. The admission procedure has changed. It has been computerized and outsourced, but the emphasis on getting proper has been until there. Recently, there have been an effort began to change it. The recent whooping increase in hostel fees is part of this effort. The partial rollback announced by executive councils means little. It is 100 steps forward and 50 years that to an end entirely okay. And even here, they have not talked about technological cannot be this. I don't think they've talked about this campus absence of campus politics. Yeah, I can read this that there is made possible by campus politics. Substantial proportion of students come from, okay, this is clearly what they are saying in second line. So remark this. Which of the following has led to a disturbance in the social mix of students at JNU? Uh, so technology cannot be the answer. Quota based, I could not read the word quota ever in this entire thing. Campus politics is given here, which is possible perhaps during breaking down insularities due to intermixing. So increase in hostel fees, clearly they are talking about this. I'll put this as my answer. Okay. Uh, Wolfgang, so there are three paragraphs in this passage. There are four questions based on that, and then there are again four questions based on another. I have 4 more minutes. I can give 25 minutes, so I'll do try to do maximum, or else I'll put flukes and I'll move forward. Uh, why did Mozart's five concertos sell his manuscripts? Okay, let's read this. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart at the time of his death was widely regarded as the greatest composer of his era. However, his compositions were often seen as bold and complex, particularly Don Giovanni, which was considered dissonant, and his chamber music, which required exceptional skill to perform. Following his death, his manuscripts, including many underpublished works, were sold by his wife Constance to the firm of Andre in Offenbach. Even before the close of the 18th century, to publish him began issuing substantial collections of his music and cementing his legacy. Notable biographies appeared in 1798 and 1828. The letter written by Constance's second husband. The first scholarly biography by Otto Jahn was published in 1856 to mark Musargard's cemetery, followed by the Koshiel catalogue in 1862 and the first complete edition of his works in 1897. During the 19th century, the operas that remained most popular were Le Nozze di Figaro, Don Giovanni, and di Zauberflotte, something as they were less affected by changing public taste. Additionally, orchestral works such as the minor key piano concertos and the last three symphonies resonated with the Romantic era sensibilities. However, it was not until the 20th century that Mozart's music was widely reassessed, while many still viewed Beethoven as the superior composer. Historical perspective shifted, and Mozart came to be recognized for his unparalleled expensive reach. The long-lasting image of Mozart as a child prodigy and effortless composer gave it to more nuanced understanding of his meticulous creative process and more profound psychological depth. This reinterpretation was further explored by historians, scholars, and playwrights in the 1980 plays Amadeus by Peter Schaffer, among with its 1984 film Limitation directed by Milos Forman, reignited public interest. However, this portrayal also perpetuated myths such as Mozart's supposed childlessness in adulthood and the idea that his death was orchestrated by his rival, Antonio Salieri. Despite this exaggerations, the portrayal of Mozart's character still captured his rich humanity, ensuring his enduring fascination in the public imagination. Okay, so this is talking about Mozart and how his work was recognized his biography and how he's famous. Okay. Why did Mozart's wife call his sale his manifesto to preserve his legacy? They are not talking about anywhere this explicitly. Gain financial, it's not mentioned. The passage does not explicitly mention a motivation. Yes, to ensure music was performed. No, I don't think so. That was the motive. It's not mentioned. I will go with this. Which of the following statements is true based on the passage? Mozart's chamber music was accessible to all. They are talking about chamber music here, which they're saying was difficult and required exceptional, so it cannot be accessible to all. The first edition of Cultural Catalog was published after Mozart's centenary. Yes, because it was published in 1862, this was in 1856, so this is true. I don't need to check other two options. Let's move forward. Why might the author mention Otto John's biography and to highlight the growing scholarly interest in Mozart over time? Okay, could be my answer. Though to show that Mozart's music was clearly it was popular because it was published, so cannot be my answer to indicate Mozart's work were incomplete. They're not talking about his incomplete work. Argue that biographies were more important. They're not talking about which was more important. So three looks wrong. So I think all three looks wrong here. Let's quickly look at the next. Which of the following best describes the trend of Mozart's reputation after his death? His music was largely forgotten until I don't know because it's there till 19th century cannot be the answer. His music gained recognition only after scholarly work emerged. Uh, I don't think so because they're saying that before that also there were two firms who were purchasing. So his reputation remains strong with continuous efforts to publish and study his works. Could be the correct answer. His works were initially disregarded. I don't think nobody anywhere they mentioned disregarding of his works. I think I'll go with this. Okay, I have four more questions on the passage, but I think we have spent 25 minutes. I'll go to logical reasoning. If I have time left, I'll come back to it. Okay, let us start doing logical reasoning now. Vignesh stands 5 kilometers north of Sandesh. Tarun stands 8 kilometers south of Kirit. What is the distance between Vignesh and Tarun? I need to clearly just find whether I can find the answer using one and two alone or not. Statement, I'll just draw this first. So mm, let us see. Vignesh stands 5 kilometers north of Sandesh. So Sandesh is here. Then I have Vignesh here, and there is 5 kilometers north of Vignesh and 5 kilometers. Tarun stands 8 kilometers south of Kirit. So somewhere I have Kirit, and to the south I have Tarun. And this is 8 kilometers, and they are asking me the distance between Vignesh and Tarun, but I don't know anything where they are in this entire universe. Okay. The distance between Sandesh and Chandresh is 10 kilometer. Sandesh is to the west of Tarun. Okay, so Tarun is here, and Sandesh is to the west of Tarun. So, okay, so using the one, I know that my Tarun will be here. And then if Tarun is here to the west of, but I don't know how much distance is this, so I cannot use Pythagoras to get the answer. Statement one alone is not sufficient clear. Let's use statement two, which uh, let me also keep my eraser open here. So statement two, the distance between Chandresh and Kirit is 5 kilometers. The distance between Sandesh and Kirit is 12 kilometers. So if Sandesh is here, then Kirit, but it's not necessary. I cannot use the whole direction. So Kirit can be anywhere, but the distance between Sandesh and Kirit is 12 kilometers. So I cannot use this. The distance between Chandresh and Kirit is uh 5 kilometers, but in which direction I don't know. So I cannot use statement two alone. Uh, let's try to use both together. So distance between Sandesh and Chandresh is 10 kilometer. Sandesh is to the west of Tarun, so I think Tarun will be here. Sandesh, now if Tarun is here, then 8 kilometers here, and I will have Kirit. Now, after I have Kirit here, the distance between Chandresh and Kirit is 5 kilometers, and the distance between Sandesh and Kirit is 12. So if this is 12 kilometers, I think using Pythagoras, I can find this, and then I can find the distance between this also. Once I know this, I can find this. So I think it's both are enough to get the answer. Okay. The 3D figure shows a view of an object. Identify the correct. Okay, front view, they are asking me. So I can clearly see this three, but I would also be able to see this single block here. So I think four squares. Mm. Let's move forward. Uh, a significant rise in cybercrimes have been reported in the country, with many cases involving financial fraud and identity theft. Courses of action. So the government should enforce stricter cybersecurity laws, and mandate financial institutions to strengthen their security systems. Citizens should be encouraged to attend cybersecurity awareness programs to learn how to safeguard their personal and financial data. I think both looks correct. Let's not waste too much time on this question. Again, course of action, the gender ratio in remote villages continue to be abysmally low and has worsened over the last 5 years. Course of action, the government must mandate that every household has at least one girl child to improve, but I don't think anybody can mandate this. You don't have the gender in your control. So one is definitely wrong. So this cannot be my answer. This cannot be my answer. Authorities should conduct regular inspection and take strict action since against instances of female foeticide and gender-based neglect. Okay, female foeticide can be correct. Government can take strict action. Can be right. 3D figure again identify the correct front view. So front view is this direction. I'm looking at the front. I could only see this single thing. So three lines. I think yes, this is right. Okay, again we have our coding decoding here. So I have to find what could be the things in between, and I have some pattern. Let's try to use our pattern here. So they are saying I, then there is a dash, then they are saying T, then Z, then they are saying E, then they are saying K, then there is a dash, and then there is a V. Okay. Clearly, we are jumping between the letters. So let's try to look how the jump is from T to Z. So if I'm going from T to Z, I am skipping 5. So from 20, I'm going to Z. So I think I'm going plus 6. Then I'm going from Z to E. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to skip like go plus 5. Then I'm looking at E to K. E. So 1, 2, 3. E to K. Again, I'm going plus 6. So I think I'm going alternate plus 6 plus 5, which means that इसके पहले जो भी था, I would have to go minus 5. So from T, if I go minus 5, 20 minus 5, 15. So I think O will be the right. And since it's plus 6, I need to now go plus 5. So from K, 11, if I'm going to go plus 5, 16. So I think it will be P. So OP, okay, I can see an option like that also. I think it will work. Okay. Another sum on coding decoding. Let's again use this. EGINL is coded as MJHNF. AHDNY is given to me and I need to find the code here. Okay. Let's again try to look at the things. Mm, I have E to M, which is 5 to 13, which is plus 8, but G to J, which is like plus 3, so I don't think. And then I to H, there is minus. And then L to F, again, there is minus. So I don't think it's happening like that. Positions also, it's not ulta, but wait, okay. Uh, I think one pattern which I can, what if, so E is becoming F here, then G is becoming H here. Then I becoming this and L becoming this. So I think if I write it ulta, so similarly in E say I'm going to F. So from A, if I follow the same logic, I need to go one ahead, which should be B. So it should end in a B. So I think there is only one option, which is B. Let's just verify one more thing. Ki Y if it's coming pehle and Y se baad, it should be Z. So Z. I think they should work, maybe, but I will not waste a lot of time. Okay. The following questions contain three statements, number 1, 2, and 3. You must decide whether the data provided in the statements is sufficient to answer the question. Okay, I need to find the answer using maybe 1, 2, or I can use all three. Okay, let's see. On which day of the week is Anand's birthday? Okay, I need to find his birthday. I need to find his day. His brother Tirth correctly remembers that he was not born on Tuesday. Okay, so not Tuesday can still be so many different things. Like it is still 6 days, so I cannot find the answer here. His friend Mahesh correctly remembers that he was born before Thursday. So before Thursday, if I'm using statement two, it could be Monday, comma, Tuesday, or it could be Wednesday, but not Tuesday, but still I'm stuck between Monday and Wednesday. So only 1 and 2 will not suffice. His mother correctly mentions that he was born before Thursday but after Monday. Before Thursday but after Monday. So either it could be Tuesday or it could be Wednesday. And first, so it can be any 6 days. So okay, if I use two and three together, it can still be Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know one single answer. One and three, if I use, so I know it cannot be Tuesday, so Wednesday it can work. So I think one and three is enough. I don't need to bring in second. So, and again, are they asking me to use all three? Is sufficient. Okay, so one and three is sufficient. I don't need to use all three. So I'll go with this. Six friends A, B, C, D, and E and F set on a particular. I think I have to start once at 40 minimum. So I have 25 more minutes. Okay. Six friends A, B, C, D, and E and F set on a circular table facing the center. Who sits to the immediate left of A? Okay. Let's again try to use it. They're asking me the statement once. So hmm, let's draw six people quickly. Immediate left of A. E sits opposite to B. So if E is here, I will have B here. Only one person sits between C and F. So uh, C could be here, F could be here, C could be here, F could be here. I can have all these different possibilities. Like I can have C slash F, or I can have F slash C, or I can have. So clearly, statement one alone is not sufficient to get me the answer. B sets two places away from A, so I cannot use this first diagram. So I have to use, oh, my bad, sorry, I cannot use this first diagram. So again, I need to think on this lines. B sits two places away from A, but I don't know which direction. C sits opposite to D, so I can place C here, D here, B, uh, who is not adjacent to B, so B cannot come here. So B can come on either of the sides. E sits in the opposite to A, or to A's immediate left. Okay. And B sits two places away from A. So B cannot come here. So if I place B here two places away, so he cannot come here. So A can come here. E cannot come here. So E sits neither opposite to A or to A's immediate left, which means that he cannot come. So this thing will not work, which means that I can draw something like this. I can draw against C and D, but I can make B here. Two places away, this is not possible. So A can come here. This is to the right, not to the left, means right can work. So E can come here, F can work here. And they're asking immediate left of A, so I can get the answer. So I think statement two alone is sufficient. Okay, let's continue. I need to find the conclusions. Okay. Several schools have introduced mental health awareness program to help students cope with academic stress. Conclusion: schools are responsible for intense academic stress experienced by students. This is no, they are helping them, but I don't think they're saying they're responsible. Work one will not follow. So clearly, this cannot be my answer. This cannot be my answer. This between these two. Let's look at the second. Schools are primarily responsible for addressing the mental health issues faced by the students. Are primarily responsible. Again, they're saying that schools have introduced this, but they have not mentioned whether schools have introduced because only they were responsible. Again, so I don't think two follows. I would say neither one nor two. Okay, I have let's read this. Looks like a arrangement. So 8 persons A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H are working in a company's different designations amongst EO, executive officer, CEO, FO, CFO, OO, COO, HRM, CHRM. Okay, not necessarily in the same order. The seniority of the ranks is given. Okay, some rank is given. The four designations mentioned are also okay. So out of this eight, I think there are four red fox from Echo. A is a senior person. So it looks like an arrangement only. I'll see how many questions I have. So I have one question here. Okay, this is also based on the same set. This is also based on the same set. This is also based on the same set. Let's look at the question was named Echo. Okay, there is no cannot be determined. Correct combination, H's. So there is one single thing, how many persons. So I think it's a close-ended set, but I'll come to it later. Like, first I'll try to do standalone questions, then I'll come to it. So 11 to 14, I'll remember. The recent the recent drought has led to severe water shortages in many regions, forcing authorities to impose water rationing. Okay. Conclusion: water rationing will help ensure fair distribution of water and mitigate impact of drought. Okay, it can be concluded. It's a good conclusion. The authorities were negligent in their duties as they failed to anticipate and prepare for drought. I don't think they are talking anywhere about the negligence here. They are just saying what they are doing right now. So one follows, maybe. Okay, find the missing term. Okay, so they have 12 to 8, 18 between. So there is some relationship between them. And 9, 3, 5, and 30, and 6 to 10. And they are asking me to find the value here. Okay. Um, 12 into 8 is, let's try to think like this. 12 into 8 is 96. Mm, but then, okay, then I can also have 2 into 8, which is 16. And if I subtract, I can get 80. 9 into 5 is 45. Then 3 into 5 is 15. Now, if I subtract that, I can get 30. So, which is the middle term here, again on subtraction. I use the same logic. 6 into 10 is equal to 60. 2 into 10 can be 20 if I subtract it. So, middle term 40. mm, is- Since it's specifying, I think I'll go with this logic. Multiplication, multiplication, subtraction, multiplication. Yeah, can work. Okay. Select the left to right blanks for the given letter series, which will complete the series A, B, dash. So I need to place something here, but clearly same. Okay. Looks like a tedious sum. I'll come to it later. Complete the series A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, then E, F, Z, C, C, D, E, F. Okay, so yes, change. It's not the same letter. I think we can use coding, decoding logic to get the answer for this. Uh, for solving purposes, let me just erase the previous things so that it does not create any confusion. Okay, so I have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and then it became Z, A, no, Z, C, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. So clearly this thing is not changing. C and B, this thing is also not changing. Uh, A going to Z, so it's -1, and then B going to this, it's +1. Okay, let's look at the next one. I have Z, C, D, E, E, F, G, H, I. So again, this thing is not changing. This thing is not changing. Z becoming Z is not changing. This thing is also not changing. C, okay, going -1 +1. So I think it's alternately we are changing two alphabets at a time. So after this, if I have to go, this thing will remain same. So I need a Z, C, B. So these three options are correct. Now from E, I need to go one behind, which will be D. So this two looks correct. And then from F, I need to go +1. So G. So both of them are right. And the last three should not change. So GHI. So I think this thing will be the correct answer. Uh, Apologies for my handwriting. I mean, I know I'm not writing it well, but still. Okay. Let's look at this question. Okay, it's Venn diagram. In the given diagram, the circle represents the number of students who play cricket, the triangle represents the number of people who play football, the square represents the number of people who play table tennis, and the rectangle represents the number of players who play volleyball. Okay, so I'll just try to create the same diagram. So for my memory, it's easier. There is a triangle. This triangle is nothing but uh, the people who play football. Then I have a circle for cricket. Then, okay, I have a rectangle here, which is there for uh, volleyball. And then I have a square here, which is there for table tennis. They are asking me to find how many students play cricket and volleyball only. So cricket is circle, volleyball is rectangle. So circle, rectangle, only intersection. So I think between this circle and between the rectangle of volleyball, the only thing which is common is six, I think, here. Because five में triangle गया है, so I think six is my answer. Let's move quickly, okay. Statement assumptions, okay, I need to find the assumptions here. The government has launched a new digital literacy program to ensure that citizens can effectively use its online services. Assumption, the many citizens currently lack the digital skills necessary to access. Since they are launching it, it's assumed that they don't have it. Digital literacy will help improve access to government services. Uh, yeah, both the things are same, only it can be implied. Okay, again, assumptions. A well-known retail chain has started offering discounts to customers who use its mobile app for purchases. Okay, they are offering discounts for mobile app purchase. Encouraging customers to use the app will increase their engagement. Yeah, clearly it's a clear advantage of offering this. So one will definitely be there. Customers may be reluctant to switch to app-based without incentive. Uh, since they are offering discounts, I think it's true because if they were not reluctant, why would somebody offer discount? We only offer discount when somebody doesn't want to do it. So I think again I'll go with both one and two. Okay, directions again. Let's try to draw the diagrams here. Uh, A is to the west of B, which is to the south of C. So A is to the west of B. I'll just draw a reference. I will draw B here. A is to the west of B. So A will be here, which is to the south of C. So B is to the south of C. So C will be here. If D is to the north of C, okay, so D will be here. Then in which direction is D with respect to A? So then in which direction is then D is in which okay, same thing. So which direction is D with respect to A? With respect to this is my reference. If I'm drawing something like this, I think it is my northeast. Okay. The original shape below in X can be rotated or flipped. Okay, I can rotate it or I can flip it. Which of the following figure is not okay? It's not the correct version. Okay, X is this. If I uh, rotate it anti-clockwise, I think I will get this. Looks correct. If I am taking the mirror image, then this will move here. This is correct. So if two is correct and both are mirror image, this thing four will be wrong. So I don't need to check for three. Okay. Find out which of the figures A, B, C, or D can be formed by using the bases given. Okay. So I need to use or arrange them to get this. Okay. So let's try to get the answer to this. I have this thing given. Uh, two looks a very big image and same thing. I think four looks big, so I don't even need to check for two and four. And then I have this thing given. I have a square, I have a right angle like this, and I also have a right angle like I also have a right angle like this. Let us see square. So if I put a right angle like this, and if I put another right angle like this, yeah, so it won't work. Uh, but if I put, let us say, a right angle like this, and if I put right angle, it will not work. But in this figure, if I put a right angle like this and right square won't work. But if I put a right angle like this, like make it slant, if I put a right angle and if I put a square. So if I put rotate this, I think one can work. So yeah, I think I'll go with one. Okay. Again, data sufficiency. Let's try to do it. Who's they are asking me who scored the highest among P, Q, and R, N, S, and T. So Q scored more than S, but not as much as R. So this is correct. But I cannot find anything about S and T, so one will not work. If I look statement two, so P scored more than R, so T is greater than R, but not more than P. So P will be here. But I don't know anything about Q and S using the statement. If I combine the two, so then it will be P greater than T greater than R greater than Q greater than S. So I know the highest. So I think both will be necessary to get the answer. Okay, again, an assumption the Indian government has announced that the women will now be able to serve in all branches of armed forces, including combat roles. Okay. Women were previously restricted from serving in certain branches. Okay, clearly, if they are allowed now, so they were restricted. One can be implied. Women were previously not competent enough. I think this not competent, they have not talked about competency, makes it too extreme to be my answer. One will follow. Okay, they're asking me again. There are four assumptions. Select the assumption that is implicit. The Brontosaurus is a type of dinosaur that never really existed. Many people still believe in the Brontosaurus today, but the Brontosaurus is actually the body of an Apatosaurus with the head of a Camarasaurus. This concocted creature was made from the two mismatched fossils. Okay, so fossils can be grouped together to reconstruct the anatomy of a particular dinosaur species. Yes, matlab, that is how they have gotten it, so it could be right. Let's but read others. Fossils found in close proximity belong to same individual or species. Uh, it's not necessary because they're not talking about time period here. So I don't think this is implied about anything about time period is not spoken. But fossils found in those proximity belong to same individual or species. Yeah, they are assuming that, but they are saying that two different was there, so it's clearly not correct. The physical structure of the fossil does not undergo significant deterioration over time. I mean, this is a correct assumption that physical structure, since based on that they have made the answer, like they can take that conclusion. The Apatosaurus and belong to the same Cretaceous. I don't think they are talking about era year. So the physical structure of fossils does not undergo significant deterioration since they did not. They were able to get it. I think I'll go with C between this. I don't know, but maybe C. Let's not waste the time. Okay, no chocolate as cocoa. Okay, still logs. Let's quickly create the Venn diagram. No chocolate as cocoa. So I will have chocolate here. I will have cocoa here. All cocoa has antioxidants. So cocoa inside and antioxidants outside. Some antioxidants are beneficial. So some antioxidants are beneficial. Okay, let's look at the conclusions. Some cocoa are beneficial. Maybe may not be. It could be an intersection. I don't know. Some chocolates are beneficial. It could come. It could not come again. Maybe what is not there. I think neither follows. Okay. Drive is coded like this. Eager is coded like this. Uh, Numbers are given again. I think coding, decoding. I'll use the ABCD which we have spent time initially. Okay, so they are giving me drive as 18410 522, and they are saying that eager is 1581855. Okay, let's try to, and they're asking me to find the code for given. Okay, let's try to see. Drive 18, D with 18, I don't think. D with 1 not will not work. Mm, D with 8 will not work. R with 8 or 4 cross won't work. But what if I break it down? Okay, but R is 18. Okay, and D is 4. Can work. I So let's try to find the same thing here. A1 works. E5 works. Correct. E5, V22. Okay. V22 is also correct. E5 is also correct. So this is 10, which is right. Like, no, but then I is 9 only. And I'm having a 10 here. I need to verify this. E5 here is correct. R again we know 18 is correct. G is given as 8. Apologies. G G is given as 8, but G is originally okay. So 9 plus 1, 7 plus 1. So let's try to do the same thing here. G coming here and I ka position coming here. So I ka position I don't need to change will be 9. G ka position will be 7. So I need a 9, 7. So two options like this. B ka position it's 22 plus 1. So 22 plus 1 here. So 23. Then I will have N ka position coming in. So N ka position here is 14. E ka position here will be, I think, 5. So 9, 7, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5. 9, 7, 2, 3, and okay, 1, 4, 5. I think this is the right answer. Okay, we are only left with 5 more minutes maximum for this. Let's see quickly how much I can do based on generations. 1, 3, 5, 2, 6, 4. So from the cube, I need to find the answer. Okay, this is easy. 1, 2, there should be a 5 here. It cannot follow. 2, 6. Okay, then 4 can wrap up here. Can be the answer. Let's verify that. 2 and 4 can come, but 5 coming on this side of 2. So then 4 wrapping up can be the answer. Then 5 coming on top. 4 will cannot come here. 4 will open like this, and 6 can come here. So 2 coming on 5 can be the answer. I think orientation will not go. 2 and 5 will be behind, and then 4. But 4 and 5 cannot be together. So okay. 1 and 3, 1 and 2 cannot be two sides. So I think 2 will be the right answer. Okay. Mm. Okay. 8 friends are sitting in a row facing north. Mahesh is sitting second from one of the ends, and Saurabh and Saurabh are sitting there. Manoj is third to the right of Saurabh. Ganesh. Again, clearly an arrangement. So I have one, two, three questions. Okay, I'll come to it later. Let's do other questions if I have time here. I'll come back to it. Choose the option that best continues the series. Okay, visual reasoning, this and this. Then it shifts here. Then I had two more shapes. Then I shift it. Then I'm adding two more shapes. So then again, I need to shift it. So heart will go upper, so it can be this or this, but then this will come here. So I think there is only one that this. I think 4 is the right answer. Let's quickly move. In the certain code language, if alligator is coded like this and letterman is coded like this. Uh, okay, let's again, I think we need to use our ABCD. I will try to erase this. Mm, uh, Alligator is coded like this. So alligator, and the code given is AAGILLORT. Okay, so clearly we are using the same letters. It's like A. If I put the position, I don't think any position. So if A and A, so I think if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So this is like 1 or 6, or it should be 6, 1. But if I use the same thing here, ln, so letter man is given to me. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So if I put 1, 6, either it should be LR or it should be, but okay, so this thing will not work because the number, none of the options starts with this. Let's find some other logic. AAGILL. Okay, I think it's in alphabetical order. So I think I'll do the same thing here. It's in alphabetical order. So the first letter should be A. I just need to see an option with alphabetical order. So AAELMNRTT. Yeah, I think this is the right answer. Let's look at this. 7 friends ABCD say in a 7. If stays okay, again an arrangement. I'll come to it later. Okay, there's only one question. I don't need to do this. If a student studies diligently, he or she scores well in the exam. I need to find a conclusion. Okay, this is if statement. So they are saying A then B. So the true for this is not B then not A. So if he does not score well in the exam, then he should not have, he wouldn't have studied diligently. So if he does not score well in exam, then he should would not have studied, I think too. Okay, again. Which symbol will come in the place of question mark to establish in this family relation that B is the grandmother of E in the following expression. B is the grandmother of E, so B is the mother of C is correct, and then grandmother of E. So they should be of the same direction. E should be in different. So C plus means father will not work. C minus mother will not work. C is the so B is the grandmother of E. So B is the mother of C, and C is the I think hashtag means daughter of D will not work, and C is the brother of, so they would be in the same direction, and D is the mother, so it will be, I think, percentages. How is C related to E? I think I'm running out of time. I'll quickly try to do this too. How is C related to E in the given expression? C related to E. So C plus D means C is the father of D and D is the mother of E. So C is the grandfather, I think. Okay, how is E related to B in the given? So I need to between this. So B is the mother of C, and then C is the brother of D. So okay, D is also a child, and D is the daughter of Q. So B is the mother of this. They are B is a brother here. So and D is a daughter of Q. So B is the mother and same daughter, same parent. So they would be married. And if B is the female mother, so then how is E related? So E would be male, male. So think husband. Okay, I think I'll keep 5 last minutes for Tukka. I'll go to quants now. Okay, this is my strong suit now. I think I'll try to do this quickly. First, quant standalone questions. Let's try to do this. Uh, Find the value of log of cot x to the base 10x plus log of 10x to the base. Okay, so cot x is nothing but 1 by 10x, 1 upon 10x, which is 10 inverse of x. So minus 1 comes pehle, so it will be minus 1. Similarly as well. So I think minus 2 is my answer. Okay. There are 50 workers in a factory. The ratio of the water consumed on a day when all workers are present to be amount consumed on another day when some workers were absent is 5:4. How many workers were present? Okay. Let's just say that every worker does 1 unit of water. So it's like 50 units on one day, but on the other day it will only be 40 units. One worker, one. So I think 40 workers. Okay. Easy. If f of x plus f of 2x plus f of 1 minus x plus f of 2 plus x plus f of 3 minus 2x is equal to x square plus x, find f of 1 minus f of 0. Okay, so I think I just need to put in the values. I'll try to do it. Let's see if it's helping me. Let's put f of 1. So if I put x as 1, so f will be f of 1 plus f of 2 plus f of 1 minus 1, which is f of 0, plus f of 2 plus 1, which is f of 3, plus f of 3 minus 2x, 3 minus 2, which will be f of 1, which is equal to x square. So 1 square is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay. Let's look at the second one, f of 0. So f of 0 plus 2 into 0 is 0. So f of 0 again, plus f of 1 minus 0. So which is f of 1, plus f of 2 plus 0, which is f of 2, plus f of 3 minus 0, which is f of 3, which should be equal to 0. So this will be 0. Okay. And now they are asking me to find f of 1 minus f of, so I have to subtract this. So if I subtract this f of 0, this f of 0 gets cancelled out. Then f of 1 and f of 1 gets cancelled out. F of 2, f of 2, f of 3, f of 3 gets cancelled out. F of 1 and f of minus f of 0 will be. So I think answer should be 2. Okay, easy questions till now. The ratio of the length and breadth of rectangle is equal to the ratio of total surface area to the lateral surface area of cube. If the area of a rectangle is 96 centimeters square, find the perimeter of the rectangle. Okay. Um, so L upon B is equal to total surface area to the lateral surface. So total surface area of a cube is 6 into side square. Lateral surface area is 4 into side square. So this gets cancelled out. So L upon B is equal to 3 upon 2. Okay, so area is just so 3 into 2x square, which means that 6x square is 96. If 6x square is 96, I think x square will be 16, x will be equal to 4. So this will be total together will be 5x, which will be 20. And then for perimeter, I think 2L plus B, so into 2. So I think 40 is my answer. Okay. A bag contains 5 yellow, 6 blue, and 9 green balls. 3 balls are drawn one after the other without replacement. What is the probability that one ball is yellow, one is blue, and one is green? So order is not mentioned here. I need to find the probability. Let's try to write this. Uh, 5 plus 6, 11, 11 plus 9, 20. So I have total 20 balls, then I will be left with 19 balls, and then I will be left with 18 balls. So let us say the first one is yellow. So for yellow, it would be 5 out of 20. Then for blue, it will be 6 out of 19. And for then green, it will be 9 out of 18. But then since order is not mentioned, uh, it could be yellow, blue, green, or it could be green, blue, or it can be any order. So 3 and 3 factorial ways. So it could be 6 possibilities. So, okay, ones are, threes are, three ones are, twos are, five ones are, fours are, two ones are, twos are. So I'm left with, I think, 9 upon 38. Okay, clearly option C is there. Okay, let's move forward. When Ashish goes from work to office at 15 kilometer per hour, he is 5 minutes late. If he travels at 24 kilometer per hour, he is 4 minutes early. Find the distance between home and office. Okay, time and speed. So since the distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional to time. So SO upon S new. The old speed was 15. The new speed is 24. So the ratio is nothing but uh, the ratio is 5 upon 8. So I can say that TO is to TN will be in inverse ratio, which will be 8 is to 5. The difference between them, so I think 3 units corresponds to. So first it was 5 minutes late. So from minus 5 is going to plus 4. So it is 9 minutes gain, which means that 1 unit corresponds to 3 minutes. So originally he would be taking 24 minutes. They are asking me what is the distance. So distance is nothing but speed into time. So speed, I know that originally it's 15 into time, so 24, but kilometer per hour, so upon 60. So clearly one four, that's 24 upon 4, which is 6 kilometers per hour. Okay. In the circle below, O is at the center, two tangents parallel to each other pass through A and B, P and Q. PQ is a tangent which touches the circle at R. Okay. Uh, find angle POQ. Hmm. Okay, geometry, I think it will take some diagram. First I'll look at some other questions. Okay, Trigo, cos theta is equal to this cosec theta plus cot theta. Hmm, I think, convert everything in terms of cosec theta will be 1 upon sine theta plus cot theta is equal to cos theta upon sine theta. Uh, so I have 1 plus cos theta upon sine theta. Uh, cos theta is this, so therefore sine theta, so I know that sine square of theta will be 1 minus, it will be 2a the whole square, which will be 4a square upon a square plus 1 the whole square. So I take this like this, so a square plus 1 the whole square minus 4a square upon a square plus 1 the whole square, and इसका square root will give me the answer. So uh, and 1 plus cos theta is 2a plus. So I have 2a upon a square plus 1, 1 upon square root of. So in denominator also I have a square plus 1 which is coming out. So it will be a square plus 1 plus 2a, तो पक्का ही आएगा, वो cancel out हो जाएगा. So a square plus 1 upon denominator में जो भी है, I think numerator में I think a plus 1 the whole square आना चाहिए. Just mark this as my answer for now. 10 horses of 5 sheep can graze a field in 24 days. How many days can 6 horses and 9 sheep graze the same field? Okay, so I think it's clearly time and work model 3. So 10h are equivalent to 15 sheep. So I can say that 2h not equal to. So I can say that 2h should be equal to 3 sheep. My team is given as 6h plus 9 sheep. I can change this to 3 3. So I can make, if I want to make the 6h, it will be into 3, so 9s. So this team can change to 9s plus 9s, 18s. So 18s into number of days I don't know is equal to, for 15s, it is 24 days. So cancel. I think 5 times, 6 times, 1 times, 4 times. So uh, I think 5 4s are 20 is right. Okay. I have a certain number of candies. If I distribute them equally among 9, 15, or 21 children, I would be left with 4 candies in each case. How many candies do I have? Okay, so if I'm going to distribute by 9, so dividing by 9, 15, or 21, the remainder should be same, which is 4. Okay, common remainder. So I think this is LCM model 1. So I just need to find the LCM and add the common remainder. So LCM of 9, 15, and 21. For 9, it is 3 square. For 15, it is 3 into 5. For 21, it is 3 into 7. So LCM will be 3 square into 5 into 7, which is nothing but 945, 40. 5 into 7, 280 plus 35, which is 315. So it needs to be of the form 300 and so it needs to be of the form 315 k plus the common remainder of 4. Uh, so 1, if I put 19, so I think that's what 19 is correct. Should not have wasted 30 extra seconds here. Clearly answer was there. A watch runs 16 minutes late on Monday at 9 a.m. It will be 20 minutes ahead of its time by next Monday at 9 a.m. When will the watch be 5 minutes ahead of its time? Okay, so watch is running 16 minutes late on Monday, 9 a.m. So on Monday, 9 a.m., my watch is minus 16. Then next Monday, 9 a.m., so which is like 7 days into 24 hours, I am plus 20. So from minus 16, I'm moving to plus 20, which means that in 7 into 24 hours, I'm able to gain 36 minutes. When will the watch be 5 minutes ahead of its time? So 5 minutes, I think it's cross multiple. So 7 into 24 into 5 upon 36. So clearly 2 is mm, 3 is 7 days into 24 hours and then 5 minutes case of I want. So I don't think I'm able to cancel anything further. 12 twos are 12 threes are 36 minutes, 5 minutes goes here. 7 days, 24 hours. Hmm. Think 12 twos are 12 threes are 14. Hmm. From Monday to Monday, so I think 7 hours are done. 7 into 24 is right. And mm, minus 16 to plus 20, which means I've gained 36 minutes is correct. I need to gain 5 minutes extra. So 5 cross multiply here and then this So this thing will go here. This is X. So no, I think I made a mistake. No, X is correct. It goes like this. So 12 twos are 12 threes are. I think I was making some calculation mistake. I'll come back to this later. Time permits. 25. Is sine 96 plus theta plus 63 is equal to cos 96 theta. Okay, I need to find the value of sine 3 theta. Okay, clearly this is based on the tables only. Since both the places I have 96, let me see. So I will have sine of theta plus 63. Since both the places are 96, I can just take the 96 root is equal to cos of 67. Now cos 67 is nothing but cos 67 is sine 23. So sine theta plus 63 should be equal to sine 23. So since it's sine, I think both should be same. So theta plus 63 should be 23. So theta should be minus 40. So therefore 3 theta will be minus 120. If I draw the quadrant minus 120 starting here, it should be in this angle made 60 degree. Tan is positive here, sine is negative. Tan sine 60 is minus 1 root 3 by 2. If alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x squared plus 2x plus 3, then what is the equation of roots are alpha raised to 4 and beta raised to 4? Okay, it will take some time. Alpha raised to 4 and beta raised to 4, 2 and 3. I cannot even factorize this. So let's move forward. Okay. The table shows the number of pizzas sold in 4 stores. Pizzas are either large or medium in size and can be classified as thin crust or crust. Okay, so I have 4 stores. Average number of medium, thin crust pizzas and large thin. Okay. So total of thin and large will be into this into two. Number of large thin crust pizza to the ratio of number of medium thin crust pizza is also given. Okay. So I have number absolute here, number of large pizzas, number of thick pizzas. Think there will be, I'll think it will require calculations to solve this data sets. I'll come to them later. I'll first try to complete the standalone questions of quants. Okay. Pipe X can fill a tank in 40 minutes. Y alone. Okay. So X is 40, Y is 60, Z can empty the tank in 45. So this will be plus, this will be plus, this will be minus. Uh, let's and if all pipes are open together and pipe 5 is closed 12 minutes before the tank is filled, how much time would be needed? Okay. So 40, 60, and 45. Let's find the LCM quickly. So 40 will be 2 cube into 5, 60 will be 12 into 5, which is 2 square into 3 into 5, and 45 will be 3 square into 5. So my LCM will be 2 cube into 5, which is 40, 40 into 9, which is 360. So 360 units, which means that efficiency here will be 9 and 6 and 360 by 45. So if I cancel out 9 and 5, I think I'll be left with what, 8 units. So this will be plus, this will be plus, this will be minus. Uh, Y is closed 12 minutes before. So 12 minutes mein matlab it will fill 12 minutes before the tank is filled. So only these two are open. So in 12 minutes, I will be able to fill only 12 units, which means that 360 minus 12 will leave me with 348 units. Now for 348, all are open together. So 9 plus 6 will give me 15, 15 minus 8, so it will give 7. 348 by 7, it will be 4, and then it will be 20, 68. So not divisible, 49 point. So it should be in decimal. Okay, only one option is in decimal. I think this will be my answer. In the company ABC, 60% of the total employees are below 25 years old, 85% of the total employees are below 45 years old. Okay, so 60% are below 25, 85% are below 45, the remaining 270. So the 15% of employees are more than 270. What is total number of employees about 25 years old but not? Okay. About 25 but below 45, so 60 and 85. So I think straightforward sum, this will be, I think so. Ki we have 25% they are asking us, but I know that 15% is given as 270 employees, so cross multiplication. So it will be 270 into 5 by 3, which will be what? Ones are 90s or so. 95, so I think 450. Okay. If 8 cos x plus 6 sin x plus k is greater than equal to 0 for x belonging to real numbers, okay. Find the minimum value of k. Okay. A for this, I think the formula I know that a sine theta plus minus b sine theta is actually lying between square root of a square plus b square and mm, apologies for this. mm, And this is minus square root of a square plus b square. 8 6 whole square 64 3600 square root 10. So I know that this thing will the minimum value will be minus 10, and then I will have this expression, and then it should be plus 10. So if this is minus 10, the k needs to be plus 10 so that it's positive. So and then for any other value, so if it's minus 8, then I need to be k to be minus 8, so it can be 11. So minimum, I think if this is minus 10, k needs to be plus 10 minimum for it to be greater than equal to 0. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rahul invested a certain amount in a scheme for 3 years at annual interest rate of 20%. He assumed the interest type was simple, but at the end of 3 years, he received 944 more because the interest time was actually compounded. Fine. Okay, for 3 years, he's receiving 944. Um, oh, I think it will be calculation. It will take some time to calculate. Let's look at other questions. Uh, in an HP, the third term is 3 times the ninth term. Find the fourth term of the same HP. Okay. For HP, it's nothing but the nth term only. So um, HP is nothing but AP only. The term can be used AP formula. So I can say that third term. So A plus 2D is equal to is 3 times the ninth term. So 3 times the ninth term, I will have 3 times A plus 8D. So A plus 2D is equal to 3A plus 24D. The third term is 3 times the ninth term. Mm. So it will be 1 upon actually. Mm. It's the same solving, only 3A plus 24D. So if I solve it here, uh, 2A is equal to minus 12D. So 3 times, no, okay. Oh, I think I've made a mistake here while solving. Mm. 1 upon A plus 2D should be equal to 3 into 1 upon A plus 8D. Now I think I'll get the right answer. A plus 8D should be equal to 3A plus 6D. So if I solve this, 2A is equal to 2D, so A is equal to D. So they're asking find the fourth term of the same. So fourth term will be A plus 3D. D can be nothing as A, so it will be 1 upon 4A. 4A means 1 upon, okay, first term. So okay, easy question, calculation mistake. The average monthly salary of an organization's employees consisting of officers and workers rupees 2,000. The average salary of officer is 9,000, worker is 1,000. If there are 480 employees, okay. Easy sum on allegation. Let me see. So I have 2,000 as my average, then I have workers given as 1,000, and then I have employees given as 9,000. So my allegation will be 1,000, and then this will be 7,000. So 1 is to 7. They are saying that the 480 employees in the so 8 parts corresponds to 480. One part will be 60. So workers 60 into 7, which will be 420. I think I have to rush. Thoda I am running. A man, woman, and boy can complete a piece of work in 20, 30, 20, 40, and 60 days if boy joins 3 men. Okay, data surveillance. I think I'll come to this later. A shopkeeper earns a profit while selling an item for 360. If three times the profit he earns while selling the same item for 640. Okay, the loss. Okay, well, again, derive efficiency. Okay, find the standard deviation of 444. Okay, so this is easy standard deviation. I just need to know the standard deviation formula is mean minus the observation. So for this, with the three terms and then six. So 6 into 24 plus 11, 35, 35 upon. So I have 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and 11. The mean is going to be 5. So then I will subtract this. I will get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and I will have 5. So I'll have 6. And then if I do squaring, so this will be 1, 1, 1 square, 36. So 6 plus. So I will have 42, 42 divided by 7. So I think variance is 6. So variance is 6. Standard deviation will be square root of 6. So I think, yeah, this should be my answer. Okay, again, I think DI will come to it later. I'll first try to find easy. Find the median of angles 3, 5. Okay, they are asking absolute value of median. I know the coordinate. I can find the coordinate, but then using the coordinate, I can maybe find the distance from the between. I can find the midpoint of this and using distance, but then okay, this will take some time. Coordinate geometry. If P, Q, and R are be the positive real numbers, if P square, Q cube, and R is to 4, P square, then what is the value of log of P, Q to the base R? Okay. Since the bases are, I can, okay, I've seen the similar sum in our class exercise. We just need to convert everything in terms of R here. So if P square is equal to R raised to 4, then P will be R square. If Q cube is R raised to 4, then Q will be R raised to, just taking the cube root, 4 by 3. So it will be log of R square into R raised to 4 by 3 to the base R. So I just need to calculate the power by indices. So 3 twos are 6, 6 plus 4, 10. So I think 10 by 3 should compare. So this should be the answer. A tank contains 800 ml of mixture of water and alcohol with a 25% water concentration. 160 ml of mixture is removed and replaced with water. And then another 80 ml is replaced with water. Then what is the final percentage of alcohol? Okay. Oh, let me see if I can do this quickly. I'll try to use absolute quantity. So I have So I have 800 in that. I know that water is 25%, which is 1/4, so 200. So I know that my alcohol will be 600. 160 ml, I'm going to remove the same proportion. I'll remove 1/4, 40, so 120. So I'll remove 120. I'm removing 40, but I'm going to add back 160 of water. So this will give me 480, and this will give me minus 4160 minus 4160. So this will give me 320. Now I'm going to remove another 80 ml. So if in 800 it is 480, 320, and 80 also, it will be in the same ratio, which will be 48:32. So I'm going to remove 48. And they're asking me percentage of alcohol in the mixture. So since I'm removing 48, it will be 432 upon 800 into 100. So 0, 0 cancel, and then 54, I think. Yeah. Okay. Find the points on the line that are at the distance of, okay, coordinate geometry again, I'll come later. An observation tower is located exactly in the middle of the wide road. A car moving at a uniform speed is approaching the tower. A man standing at the top of the tower is observing the car at the angle of depression of 60 degrees. Sometimes later it crossed the tower. 24 minutes after that, after crossing the tower, the man observed the car at angle of depression of 45 degrees. Since the speed of the car is not given, I've solved. Okay, there is a familiarity. I've seen this sum in our practice exercise pen also. So this is the tower. So let us say initially angle of depression, so 60 degree. Then after 24 minutes, so then it is 45 degree. So 45 degree, 30 degree, 90. So uh, 24 minutes. So let us say speed of the car is 1 meter per minute. So then 24 meters. So this will be 24. So opposite 60 is 24. So opposite 30 degree, it will be 24 upon root 3. So the total time taken will be addition of this, which is 24 plus. So 20, I can just take 24 common. So it will be 1 plus 1 upon root 3 solving this. So 24 into root 3 plus 1 upon root 3. But rationalizing, I can multiply both the sides by root 3. So this becomes 3. So 3 and 8. So I think 8 root 3. Okay. Yeah. This was a easy sum based on familiarity. 2 years ago, father was 5 times as old as his son. After 5 years, his age becomes more than double his son's age by 5 years. Find the ratio of the present age of his father to the son. Okay. So 2 years ago, father was. So f minus 2 is equal to 5 times as old as his son. So son minus 2. F is the FNS is the present age and after 5 years. So f plus 5 is equal to more than double his son's age by 5 years. So more than double his son's age. So 2 times his son's age is plus 5 by 5 years. So plus 5. So I can write f is equal to 5s plus 5s minus 10 plus 5 is equal to 2s plus 10 15. So this will be minus 5 going that side. So 3s is equal to minus 5. 2s to 10, 10. This will be 5 times as old. Okay, 5 years. So 2s plus 5, 5s. F minus 2. So 5s. This will be minus 10. Okay, minus 2 going that side will create a issue. It will be minus 2 going that side, minus 10 plus. So minus 8. So this will be minus 3 going that side plus 18. So S will be equal to 6 if S is equal to 6 if I put it here. So X is equal to 6 and then F should be equal to if I put 6, 6, 6, 4, 20, 20 minus 2. 6 and then 4, 20, 20 plus 2, 22. So multiply of it. So I think 11 and this. Okay. A bag has 8 red balls and 5 blue balls. The 2 balls are simultaneously drawn at random. What is the probability that both the balls are of the same color? Okay. So again, last 3.5 minutes will be for Tukka. So uh, 8 red balls and 5 blue balls. So 2 balls are simultaneously drawn. Since nothing is mentioned, replacement is not allowed. So it will be total 13. So it can be 8. So both red. So upon 12. Or else it can be both blue. So 5 upon 13 into 4 upon 12. So 2 times 3 times. 1 time 3 times 14 plus 5 upon 13 threes are 39. So I think 19 upon, yeah, 7x. The remainder obtained when a plus 4 is divided by 29 is 6. Okay. What is the remainder when a raised to 5 is obtained? So okay, I need to find the remainder with a and not a plus 4. So I can say that a plus 4 is equal to 29 into some quotient plus the remainder of 6. So a is equal to 29 into quotient plus 2. So when a is divided by 29, my remainder should be 2. So for a raised to 5, the remainder will be 2 raised to 5, which is 32 by 29. So my remainder will be 3. Okay. There are two numbers that are 15% 20% of the first number is 45% less than 25. 30% of the second number is 20%. Okay, again, I think I will take some time to calculate this. The two equations 1 and 2 are given. Solve the both equations and okay, quadratic. Let me see if I can factorize and get the answer quickly. For the first one, 3x square minus 7x minus coming here, so plus 15. Uh, okay, not minus. Minus 14x plus 15 is equal to 0. So 3 into 15 will give me 45. So split, I know it should be. So it should be plus 9 and plus 9 by 3 and plus 5 by 3. So x will be equal to this. Let's look at that. 2y square minus 7y plus 3 is equal to 0. So if I multiply here, I will have 6. So if I have 6 here, I know that split can be minus 6 minus. So changing the sign, it will be plus 6 and plus 1 dividing by the coefficient. So it can be 3 or it can be half. So even this thing is 3. So either they can be same or then this can be more, this can be less. So equal to, but it's not always greater than. So I think this thing will be my right answer. Okay, now let us look at some easy questions in quants if I have time. I think I will not put, I'll just put answer as A maybe. I don't know. Let's put A. Ah, looks obtuse. This is done. 11. I don't know the answer. I'll just take a fluke. It's AM. I'll put a fluke as those. I don't know. I will put a fluke. Okay. Wednesday AM. This is done. 13th. Okay. I know that the product of the root should be 2 into 3, which will be 6. So alpha raised to 4 into beta raised to 4 will. So the product of the roots will be 3 upon 1, which is 3. So alpha raised to 4, 3 raised to 4, which will give me 81. So I should have a plus 81. So it should be between these two. Um, Alpha square plus beta square. So product, I think, assuming its sum is real. So I think going with the same logic, I think I'll keep your. I don't think I have time to solve this. I'll just put everything as B just to increase the probability of getting it right. I'll put everything as B and I'll move forward. 21 Rahul invested. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I'll just take random guess. I'll put this as my answer. This is done. 24 of men, women, and boy. Okay. Time and work, I think I can do this in under a minute or something. Hmm. 30, 40, 60. So LCM should be 60, 120. So for a man, it should be 4 units. For a woman, it should be 3 units. For a boy, it should be 2 units. Uh, if boy joins 3 men and 4 women, total work is 120 of 4 men, 3 men and 4 women. 3 men can do 12, 12, 24, 24 into 2 days will be 48. So minus 48, I will be left with, remove 40. So 80, 80, I will be left with 72 in 2 days. So in a day, I have to do 36. Each boy can do two. So 36 by 2, I think 18. So B should be 18. So obviously, I think A is greater than quantity A is greater. The shopkeeper earns the profit. Okay, I think I'll try to put a fluke here. Okay. I think same thing goes here. I don't have enough time, so I'll just put everything as B again, trying to maximize my chances of getting the answers right. 31 again. I'll just take a fluke B. I'll just take a fluke B. Here also, I'll just take a fluke B. Logical reasoning. Let me see. Okay, I'll just first fluke in verbal. So I think I'll fluke again. Everything is B. Again, guys, just trying to maximize the chances of getting it right. And then this also B. And then I'll put logical reasoning. Hmm. So I don't think I have enough time to complete all this. And just putting everything as B. Mm. A, B, clearly I think C and C is getting repeated. So C to I, right? And B. And I'll just say that A, B, D, C will not. Just taking a fluke here again. A, B, C, B, B, or C, B, B, or I think I'll take this. Yes. Who said second to the right? Okay, I have this. Again, I'll just take a fluke. Let me see if cons I have nothing left. I have looked everything. Verbal, I have looked everything. I have 1 minute remaining. I don't think I'll be able to get the answer right, so I'll just look everything. But B, I'll take a guess. B again, I'll take a guess. B again. Okay, I think I've fluked everything. I'll just try to get back to this question of profit and loss if I can get time. The loss while earning, so it's three times the profit, so 360 minus CP is equal to three times 640 minus CP. So C, CP minus 360, and I can solve this. So I can say that for CP should be equal to 280, CP should be equal to 70 to 130% profit. Mm, mm, I think B is less than 400 of it. So this will be a bigger value. So 640, I think. I don't know. Okay, guys, I think I'm done. Let's see the scorecard. I am hoping that it is somewhere between uh, 75 to 90. Let's see. Okay, so performed better than what I was expecting. Surprising thing, I only got 29 in quants, even though being a quant mentor. I should have managed my time well. And yeah, but this is the score. So let me just put this full screen. You don't need to look at the rough work anymore. So I believe you can see my screen, everyone. Uh, okay. So let me just see how it went. Seven, okay, it was a fluke, so I got it wrong. Uh, 11th, again, it was a fluke, I got it wrong. Okay, this all questions were fluke, so clearly luck was not working out. Okay, all the flukes in this went wrong. This was a fluke, I got it wrong. Again, this was a fluke, I got it wrong. So quants, I think I got all my flukes wrong. Logical reasoning, I think if I go to my incorrect, okay, this was a fluke. Again, okay, this, I think the answer, I was confused between A and C, but I think the answer was A. Yeah, it's A. So, yeah, silly mistake. Again, I think my fluke here all went wrong. Verbal, okay, this was a fluke. This, this was again a fluke. Okay, so all the three flukes here went wrong. Okay, the new policy. Okay, I was not sure about this fluke. So this was also wrong. Okay. So it could have, it was supposed to be this. So, I mean, yeah, that is my attempt for NPAT. Uh, I am now available for your Q&A. I can take any doubts, whichever you have, guys. Whatever doubts you have now, you can put it in your chat. I can see your messages on YouTube Live, so I can help you with that. Anybody, anything, I have 15, 20 more minutes to go. Any doubts which you have regarding any NPAT attempt, what you need to do on the main day, how you need to go about the sections, what topics are important, I am available for that. Romit, how, uh, okay, guys, I hope you got some clarity on how you need to manage your time. I think matlab, at 100, I think I'll get any program at NMIMS main campus. But should I try and solve this QA? Okay. So, Shivin, as a non-math student, should I try and solve the QA sections properly or should I just fluke? Okay, Shivin. So, based on my experience of actual NPAT also, I went to attempt the actual NPAT, and in that, I think at least 20 to 22 questions were easily doable. So there is a video also of impact analysis of 2025. If you see those topics, I think you can easily find 20 like 20 questions, and even with 80% accuracy, you will score 16 with your hard work. So you should not just fluke everything because clearly, as you can see, I tried to fluke a lot of the DI questions. Almost both the DIs I had to fluke because I was not able to manage and find time for that, but I got them wrong. So just fluking will not fetch you that high score. So. Ahana, Gathani, any tips for 1 day prep? You have your first attempt on 18th. Okay, so I think you have still today and tomorrow's entire day. Manage your time well. Make sure that today you write one more mock before you sleep, and make sure that in that mock you are keeping that time management in front of you. So, like I did today, before the mock began, I knew that how much time I had to spend in the actual in each and every section. Like I had that clarity that for my verbal I don't want to spend more than 75, so hence at 70, like more than 25 minutes, so hence at 75 I just did a hard stop, went to my logical reasoning, even though there was one more RC left. I mean, for sure, if I would have attempted that RC, maybe out of those three flukes which I got wrong, I could have scored two more marks. But then I had to take those fall because if I spend more time in verbal, maybe I have less time in logical reasoning. And logical reasoning clearly was my strength. Like I could score 35. So you need to be very careful about your timing strategy and make sure that you write a mock today so you know that on main day how much time you want to spend. Compared to mock and actual attempt, what is the difference? Uh, okay, so based on my actual NPAT attempt and my experience in this mock, I would say that this mock was almost at par with the actual NPAT because there were three passages, there were five para jumbles, there were two closed passage tests. So verbal was almost close to your actual attempt only. Logical reasoning, I think visual reasoning questions were pretty less in this mock. In the actual attempt, I found 8 to 10 questions on visual reasoning. Verbal reasoning, syllogisms, everything was same only. Quantitative reasoning, I think this mock was almost on lines with my actual NPAT experience because there were DI sets which were very lengthy. I mean, when I read the first I think it was pretty clear to me at least that this will take some time to get the data and find the answers. Because there were averages and ratios and total given, and I knew that maybe I had to do some subtraction or something to find the actual answer. So, what material do they uh, give for working in actual impact? Uh, so they give us a sketchbook and they give a like a marker sort of thing. Depending on centers, you may get a duster or you may not get a duster, but that is generally what is followed across each and every center, where you get a sketchbook kind of thing, which is laminated sheets. You need to use a marker to write and then you need to wipe it and then write again. Should geometry be the last preference for good attempt in QA? Yes, Rehan, I think geometry should be towards the ending because most of the sums in geometry will be time consuming. If they are very straightforward, like the initial first question which I saw here, which was the perimeter of rectangle. I mean, it was very easy formula based, so I did it. But then median and that circle properties, I kept it towards the end. And at the end also, I had to fluke it only. So it should be towards your end. I will attempt after 25th May. Okay, so if you're going to attempt after 25th May, I am hoping it's not all three attempts. So, guys, like your ideal split should be where at least you have taken 6 to 7 IMS Sim Impact mocks. Like that's very important. Sage site, I have solved all the sums, but still can't score good in quants. Okay, so I mean, you need to also realize that solving all 40 questions of quants genuinely will end up taking 50 to 60 minutes. And you need to be extremely good to get 40 on 40. But if you spend 35 minutes and if you identify 25 easy questions, which trust me is very much possible inside NPAT also. So if you can identify 25 easy questions, in that 35 minutes, solve those 25 questions, get 24 correct. So remaining five, make sure that you're maximizing your score in verbal and logical because in NPAT, verbal and logical are always relatively easier compared to quants. So you need to make sure that you're doing enough practice of verbal and logical on daily basis. Most of the students which I've encountered is that they just keep on practicing quants and they don't keep enough importance in the day for verbal and logical. And with lack of practice, you end up scoring overall a very low score. So you need to make sure that you are doing enough practice of sections where you can genuinely boost your score because your target should be to get overall more than 75. Other students, any doubts you have? Like there are 34 watching. I'm pretty sure you must have some doubts. I have 5 more minutes. Is actual impact easier than this? I would say slightly, very slightly, but this mock, like the sim test which I have attempted, I think it is at par with actual impact. So I would say that slightly few questions of visual reasoning were easier and they were more. So it made logical reasoning more easier on the main day. Like here, I was not able to do two sets because I had to do other questions in a higher quantity. But on the main day, I think you can get few more questions of visual reasoning, which will make the overall paper easier. For verbal, where should you study? So I think for verbal, you need to do four things mainly on daily basis. Three passages, lengthy passages, because you're, as you can see, like the two passages, they were kind of lengthier. Matlab, there were like four paragraphs, and the second one, there were only three, but one paragraph was extremely lengthy. So you need to practice three passages with 12 minutes timer. You need to do daily five para jumbles because that is what is going to be asked in your actual NPAT also. You need to make sure that you are doing enough vocabulary practice so you have solved all your class exercise practice and benchmarking so that you know enough words. Then, close passage, I think you need to make sure that daily you are doing at least one passage because close passage is the most scoring part. I have seen almost majority of the kids scoring 8 out of 8 in that close passage. So this is how you need to practice your verbal. Then again, prepositions and all those things are not that difficult. Spot the error. I think your accuracy cannot be very high. If you have good and sound knowledge of grammar, then you can get that right. Like for me today, this question was kind of easier, so I got them right. But usually, spot the error. There is some subjectivity, so you get them wrong. Okay, students, I don't think anybody has any more doubts, so we can end the session here. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for people who were continuously there throughout the 100 minutes of me solving work. I hope now you got enough clarity that how you need to approach a particular section, how you need to consciously move from one section to another, how you need to decide how much time you want to spend based on your strengths and weaknesses. Also, how you should not get fixated with any particular question. If any question I found out that I was getting some calculation error, or maybe I was going to spend more time, or I don't know the right property or the solution to start with, I skipped it. If you see the trigger question, which was kind of the lengthiest question, where you had 5 to 6 sentences as a word problem. But I approached that question because after reading, I could clearly see the familiarity with one of the questions which I've seen in our IMS practice exercise. So you should not judge a question just because it is a shorter question or it's very lengthy. Kanish, should you give DI more preference or should you go for the individual sums at first? Uh, Kanish, I think it depends based on the DI set. If I would read a DI set and if I know that it is going to be very easy to comprehend and after reading the question get the answer, I would give time to DI, but for sure not more than 10 minutes because you will only have 8 questions on DI. So I will not spend more than 10 minutes for those 8 questions. But yes, if you think that you are not getting individual questions and those yes sets are genuinely easy, where you can get out of it minimum 6 questions in 10 minutes, you should give time to DI, or else you should not give it time. But again, it's a very subjective thing. It depends upon your attempt and what DI set you have on that particular day. So again, thank you so much, guys. We end the stream here. Any more doubts you have, put it in the comment section, and the team will try to reach out to you and give you the best possible answer for it. Thank you so much.